everyone, and welcome back to the Crafting Made Simple podcast. I'm always on the lookout for those easy and fun projects that can really add a personal touch to our spaces. And today we're diving into something I think you're going to love. We're going to be looking at ways to transform those ordinary plant pots that we all have into little works of art.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking inspiration from the Paperflow Designs blog, which is packed with creative ideas. And we're focusing on 10 specific ways to paint your plant pots. Whether you're a seasoned DIYer or you're just, dipping your toes into the crafting world, there's definitely going to be something here for you.
I'm excited to dive in.
Me too. And speaking of diving in before we get started, if you enjoy easy crafting projects and want to stay up to date with all our latest discoveries, be sure to sign up for the Crafting Made Simple newsletter. You'll find a link down in the description. And we'll also include details on any supplies we mentioned today in the podcast notes and over on the Paperflow Designs blog at paperflowdesigns.com. So let's get started. The first idea from Paperflow Designs that really caught my eye is all about expressing your artistic side with a hand-painted terracotta pot featuring a mandala-inspired design.
Okay.
Now, mandalas are those beautiful geometric patterns that are often used in meditation and art. And they can be as simple or as complex as you like. What do you think is the appeal of incorporating a mandala design into a plant pot?
Well, I think there's something really special about taking a simple terracotta pot, which is, it's humble, it's earthy, and transforming it into something that's so visually striking. And with the mandala design, you're not just painting, you're actually creating a piece of art that reflects your own personal style.
Absolutely. And I think there's also something very mindful about the process of creating a mandala. It's all about repetition and focus, and I can imagine it being a really calming and meditative activity.
Oh, for sure. It's like a form of creative meditation. And I think that energy that you put into creating the mandala kind of transfers to the plant itself. It's like you're giving it a little extra love.
I love that. Okay, so moving on from the intricate beauty of mandalas, let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. Paperflow Designs also suggests whimsical wonders, fun and playful pot designs, featuring friendly faces like suns and moons. I mean, what's not to love about a little smiling sun peeking out from your herbs?
Right. These whimsical designs are all about bringing a touch of joy and personality to your plants and your space.
Sure.
It's like giving them a little character and making them feel more like a part of the family.
It's so true. And it's amazing how such a simple addition, like a pair of eyes or a smile, can really transform an object and make it feel so much more engaging.
It taps into our human instinct to connect with faces and expressions. Even if it's on a plant pot, it just brings a smile to your face.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got mindful mandalas and we've got happy faces. Now let's talk about something a bit more dramatic. Paperflow Designs suggest galaxy-inspired drip-painted pots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these sound amazing. Imagine transforming ordinary pots into miniature cosmos with deep blues and purples and sparkly whites.
I love that idea. It's so creative, and each one would be completely unique.
Exactly. And I think the drip painting technique is really interesting because it kind of embraces the unexpected. You're not trying to create perfect lines or anything. It's more about letting the paint flow and create its own patterns.
Right. It's a really freeing way to paint, and it's also a great way to use up those little bits of paint that you might have left over from other projects.
That's a good tip. I don't know. So moving on from the vastness of space, let's talk about something a little more grounded. Paperflow Designs also highlights modern hand-painted terracotta pots with bold patterns and eye-catching colors. This is a really simple but effective way to add a pop of personality to your plants.
Yeah, I love this idea. It's so versatile. You can use any colors or patterns that you like, and it's a great way to tie your pots in with your existing decor.
Absolutely. And I think the key here is to choose colors and patterns that really speak to you. Don't be afraid to be bold and experiment a little.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you can even get inspired by the plants themselves. If you have a plant with really vibrant green leaves, you could echo that color in the pot, or you could choose a contrasting color to make it really stand out.
That's a great idea.
Huh?
Okay, now this next idea is both creative and practical. Paperflow Design suggests using chalkboard paint on your pots.
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, it's such a fun way to label your plants, especially if you're growing herbs or veggies. You can just write the name of the plant on the pot and then easily erase it and change it if you need to.
Right. It's so much more stylish than those plastic plant markers.
And it's also a great way to add a little personal touch. You could draw little pictures or write little messages on the pot.
Yeah, just a little mini chalkboard for each plant.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got bold patterns, we've got practical chalkboard labels. Now let's talk about something a little more elegant. Paperflow Designs recommends trying colorful ombre effects on your pots.
Ooh, ombre is always so chic. I know, right? And it's actually easier to achieve than you might think. It's all about blending a light color into a darker color so that you create a smooth gradient.
Right. And you can use any colors that you like. You could do a classic blue ombre, or you could go for something a little more unexpected like pink and orange or green and yellow.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different ways to paint your pots, but what about decorating them with other materials? Paper flow designs also suggest getting festive with seasonal themes.
Oh, I love this. It's a fun way to celebrate the different seasons and bring a little bit of the outdoors inside.
Exactly. You could decorate your pots with pumpkins for fall snowflakes, for winter flowers, for spring. Whatever fits the season.
And you don't have to go all out.
Yeah,
You could just add a few simple embellishments like ribbons or twine or even just some seasonal foliage.
absolutely. And I think it's a really fun way to get creative and involve the whole family. Okay, now this next idea is one of my favorites because it's all about being resourceful and sustainable. Paper flow design suggests using recycled and repurposed items as plant pots.
I love upcycling.
Me too. It's so satisfying to give new life to something that might have otherwise been thrown away. And there are so many possibilities. You could use old cans, teacups, jars, pretty much anything that can hold soil.
Right. And you can really let your creativity run wild.
Hmm.
You could paint the cans, you could decoupage them, you could wrap them in fabric. The possibilities are endless.
And it's a great way to create one-of-a-kind planters that no one else will have.
Exactly.
Oh,
Now, for the most adorable idea ever, Paperflow Design suggests creating ice cream-themed painted pots.
how cute is that? I know, right? Imagine your succulents or cacti peeking out from a brightly colored ice cream cone with sprinkles and everything.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And I think it would be such a fun project to do with kids.
Absolutely. And it's a great way to add a touch of whimsy and fun to your space. Okay, and last but not least, Paper Flow Designs suggests creating elegant hand-painted terracotta pots with botanical accents. This is a more sophisticated take on painted pots, and it's perfect for those who love a more natural and understated look.
Yes, I love botanical illustrations. They're so
Yeah.
timeless and elegant,
Fun.
and they really bring a touch of the outdoors inside.
And I think the key here is to use muted, earthy tones and delicate brushstrokes.
Yeah.
You want to create something that's both beautiful and calming.
Right. It's all about capturing the essence of nature in a really subtle and sophisticated way.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am feeling so inspired by all of these ideas.
Me too. I can't wait to get started on some of these projects.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try the galaxy drip painting first.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go for the chalkboard paint so I can finally label all of my herbs.
Perfect. So listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your creativity and given you some fun ways to brighten up your space with painted plant pots. You can find links to any of the supplies mentioned today and even more detailed instructions and inspiration over on the Paperflow Designs blog, paperflowdesigns.com.
And if you're loving these easy and creative craft ideas, don't forget to sign up for the Crafting Made Simple newsletter. You'll find the link down in the description below. It's https://birdsand.page/forms/981/BOZLRYEEFC.
So what kind of painted pot project are you going to tackle first? Are you going to go bold with patterns or embrace the whimsy of ice cream cones? We'd love to hear your ideas, so be sure to share them with us on social media. And until next time, happy crafting, everyone.
Bye.